Every single year, billions of people watch the most dramatic high-stakes moment in all of world sports, the penalty shootout. It can win a World Cup, crown a champion, make a hero, or break your heart. But what if I told you the concept of the penalty kick was invented by a terrible Irish goalkeeper who was just tired of seeing his opponents cheat? Today, we're uncovering the story of William McCrum. In 1890, from a tiny, rain-soaked pitch in Northern Ireland, McCrum proposed a radical idea that shocked the Victorian football world. The English elite mocked it. They called it the death penalty and the Irishman's motion. Why? Because they believed a true gentleman would never intentionally foul an opponent. But William McCrum changed sporting history forever. Yet while footballers can either become heroes or villains from 12 yards, McCrum himself lost a fortune, gambled away hundreds of thousands in Monte Carlo, and died completely penniless and forgotten. This is the history of the penalty kick and the man who fought to create it. Hit that follow button right now, because you will never look at a penalty shootout the same way again. I'm Steve, here's Neil, and this is...
Honourable mentions!
Honourable mentions.
Hello, listener. How are you? The old football, eh? Soccer, offside, throw-in, nutmeg and dribble. Speaking of dribble, shall we clean him up and see what he has to say for himself today? Hello, Neil.
Good morning, Stephen. How are you?
Oh, yes, I'm fine, thank you. How are you, please, Neil?
Yes, I'm very good. Thank you very much indeed for asking.
Are you excited for the Football World Cup, please?
I like the World Cup, yes. I'm not a massive football fan, really, but, I don't mind the World Cup. I quite enjoy tournament competitions.
It's funny you should say that, because this podcast isn't just for people who like football. In fact, we are, as you know, Neil, a hilarious, in inverted commas, history podcast. So we're diving into the life of William McCrum. We're telling a story. It's not solely about football. It's about the man. We're playing the man, not the ball.
Like any sport our nation's playing in, I'm an England supporter.
Are you?
Patriotic. Yeah.
What's your favourite part of the game of association football, please, Neil? Say penalties.
Penalties.
Penalties?
Yeah.
Okay. Who came up with the idea of the penalty kick, please, Neil?
I don't know. I don't like penalty shootouts at the end. I don't like them. I can't watch them. I can't watch them. I have to go to the room.
That's rather ruined our entire podcast.
Why?
Well, we'll come to that.
Oh, okay. But yeah, but only the anticipation of it. It's a very dramatic part of the game, isn't it? Massively.
We will come to all this later on. But for now, Neil, come with me on another journey back through time and space, and we can find out.
Oh, go on then.
Are you ready to wibble wobble?
I always wibble wobble.
Ready? Wibble wobble, wibble wobble, wibble wobble, wibble wobble, wibble wobble, wibble wobble. Here we are, where industrial grit once met the rushing water. The village of Milford rests, a quiet whisper of red brick and radical ideas woven into the green fabric of County Armagh, Northern Ireland.
Green fabric?
Very poetic, isn't it?
Yeah, very like that. Green fabric.
The green fabric. Milford is a village shaped by the rhythmic thrum of the loom, then a gentle flow of the River Callan, standing as a living monument to an age when smoke and ambition rose together from the valley floor. Check me out.
The thrum. I like the word thrum.
It's a good word, isn't it?
Thrum.
The village was established around a mill built by William McCrum Sr., grandfather to our William, who what it is we're going to be talking about.
It's not very tall, is it?
What's that?
It's only a mill. It's not very big, is it? It's like a tenth of a centimetre.
I see what you're going for. You're getting your measurements confused with your Industrial Revolution early factories.
Oh, I always do that.
So, yeah, William McCrum Sr. built this mill. Later on, the Victorian red brick homes that still exist today were constructed for the mill workers by Robert Garmany McCrum.
Yeah, see, they built back then, didn't they? Everything was built to last.
Built to last, they were. They're still there now. People are living in them. And Robert Garmany McCrum is father to our William, who was born in 1865 into a family who was now worth a few million in today's money.
A few million?
So they did all right for themselves, didn't they? In fact, right, get a load of this. When Robert died in 1915, so exactly 7:15, William inherited the equivalent of £7.37 million in today's money.
Ooh, wow. Did you kid him then?
Well, you should go and look at the police reports and see whether you can do some investigating on a cold case.
I might do that. I don't think so. I might do that.
I don't think you did.
7 million.
What would you do with 7 million?
What would I do with 7 million? Oh, the list is endless. I'd stock up a fig rolls.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. I would get some more nougat or nugget. I'll take the family on a lovely holiday. I'm not going to go to where you've been several times and do the clang, but that is one of our places we'd like to go to. But we'd like probably go to Italy, do a tour of Italy.
Oh, I love Italy. Very nice. Actually, it's my favourite country. I love Italy.
That's what we would do.
But I'm galloping ahead here, Neil. I'm galloping ahead. I need to ask you to come with me further back in time, but not to William's birth, a bit further forward than that, 1890. If you please.
1890, yeah. Know that, yeah.
You happy to do that?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've heard of it, yeah.
This is the year William McCrum Jr., our William, who we are talking about, made a suggestion to the Irish Football Association.
The IFA.
Are you happy to come back with me? Let's wibble wobble back there. Wibble wobble, wibble wobble, wibble wobble, wibble wobble, wibble
back at the IFA.
Yeah.
All right, sure, I've got a suggestion here for a game of football.
That's it. That's very good. What was that, please? Because that was obviously in Gaelic.
It was, hi, I've got a suggestion for the game of football.
Thank you. Although his father and grandfather were both typical Victorian, prudent and God-fearing types, William McCrum was quite different.
Laid back, tracksuit trousers.
He loved a good laugh, told funny stories, sang songs and played sports. He helped set up Milford cricket and football clubs. Then, with his father, opened a community hall. He got involved and encouraged the locals to take part in various activities. He also supported the local scout movement and was known for performing amateur theatre at the hall. I thought when I saw him coming, oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, he's one of them, isn't he?
He goes with old Twanky outside the pound stretcher.
So he cuts the grass in the parks for pleasure, not for any reason. Just because he thinks it's helping out. It's one of them sort, isn't he?
One of those.
Nice people. Nice community spirited.
To this day, to the people of Milford, it's still known as Master Willie, as he somehow quite never grew up.
He obviously had other talents as well then.
He even had a hand in founding the first Irish Football League, and in 1890, as a dark-haired, thin-faced, magnificently mustachioed 25-year-old, he played as goalkeeper for Milford FC.
I'm surprised if he's got a Master Willie.
The league consisted of Milford along with 7 teams from Belfast, and under the very early rules of the game, they took part in the very first Irish Championship.
Ooh. Was it a World Championship like in America?
No, it's just the Irish. It was the Northern Irish League.
If it's just like in America, it'd be the World Champions, even if there's 7 teams in America, isn't it?
Yeah, and only Americans allowed to play. From his position in front of the goalposts at Milford's soggy and muddy football pitch, every week you'd see attacking players of both sides tripped, hacked down, barged into from behind, or their shot punched away by a defender, anything to prevent them from scoring.
Is that what you like to play in football? Because you can get barged into from behind? Dirty boy.
It was 2 years before William's birth in 1863. We're wibble-wobbling back again. Wibble-wobble. And a massive rift had opened up between football teams over deliberately kicking your opponent in the shins to strip them of the ball or bring them down, leading to lots of blood loss, countless cracked bones and permanent limps.
Permanent limps?
F.W. Campbell of the Blackheath Club argued that banning shin kicking would destroy the spirit of the game and warned that without it, football would lose its courage and grit.
Well, yes, that seems to have progressed over the years.
But he lost the vote and deliberate shin kicking was banned, as was carrying the ball in your hands, which Campbell took well and flounced out of the meeting.
Flounced out?
Flounced out, he did.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, exactly. This single incident, Neil, permanently split English football into two entirely different sports. Association football, or soccer, and rugby football, or homoeroticism.
I'm sorry, but grown men don't roll about because they've broken their hair when they're playing rugby.
No, they just roll about with each other in very tight shorts and put their faces up with the bums.
That's just what you see in your head.
Blackheath, as you'll know, Neil, as a rugby enthusiast, that your Blackheath, where F.W. Campbell came from and had his little hissy fit, Blackheath are now the world's oldest rugby club in continuous existence.
Ooh. I played against Black Rock, but not Blackheath.
Thanks for that. Anyway, I digress.
What colour, please?
I am going for claret and blue, the old Villa, Burnley, West Ham, Victorian colours.
Any reason? Is that because they're one of the older clubs in the Football League?
Yeah, it's sort of Victorian, in it? Claret and blue, Victorian colours there.
Victorian, yes.
Turns out our Willie wasn't much of a goalkeeper and Milford weren't much of a team, Neil. During that first Irish Championship season, Milford finished bottom of the table with 0 points. Nil point.
Nil point.
The team conceded 62 goals in just 9 games and threw in the towel before the season ended.
I think they did. They needed people on the side with their clackers out.
But,
you know, those things used to roll around, clack, 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 them things.
Right.
They're wooden things.
Yeah, I don't think the term they needed people to stand around with their clackers out is quite what you were intending when you said that, is it?
Yes. It's just your filthy mind.
Okay. So even though they conceded 62 goals in just 9 games, I reckon they'd still beat Northampton Town. Would you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon so, yeah. I reckon my 2 dogs could beat Northampton Town.
And they wouldn't need penalties.
No, they wouldn't need penalties now.
Back then, if an infringement of the rules had occurred near the goal to an attacking player, a referral or appeal would be made to the referee.
Yeah.
You'd be the referrer going to the referee. See where that name comes from? To apply the early rules of the game. If he deemed foul play had occurred, a free kick would be awarded some distance back, allowing defending players the opportunity to block the ball. Hardly fair dues, is it?
No. Charlie Charles, passing the ball.
Unless you were playing Milford when William McCrum had watched your shot trickle by, clapping his hands and shouting, "Jolly good show, sir." Because I think that was he must have been doing, so that in 62 goals in 9 games.
Yeah, probably having to lean up with the fag going, what is all this anyway? What's this ball keeps coming in this net? Well, no idea.
Jolly good show, sir.
Yeah.
But he did have an idea while he was picking the ball out of his own net. What if there was a special punishment for fouls near the goal, Neil?
Oh, no, that's a good idea.
What if instead of a distant free kick, the attacking team got a free shot close to the goal instead, with only the goalkeeper to face them?
Ooh.
Now, there's an idea.
No, it's a good idea.
In June 1890, William sent his idea to the Irish Football Association, who promptly sent it on to the English Football Association as they set the rules of the world game at the time.
Oh, did they? Wow, there you go. So it was we are the kings of football.
We invented it, so there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gave it to the world and then sat back and let them all be better than us. But the English were none too happy at the suggestion of Willis.
Why? Well, I mean, it depends what he's on about by the suggestion of Willis.
Yeah, that's not quite the same when you read it out loud, is it?
No, it just sounds a bit wrong.
The English were none too happy at the suggestion of Willis. The English were none too happy at Willis' suggestion. Probably that's a better way of putting it, isn't it?
Yeah. Willis!
The media, rather pleased with themselves, dubbed the idea the death penalty and dismissed it as the Irishman's motion.
Yeah.
The very notion that a player would cheat to gain an advantage went against all Victorian thinking. Winning was second place to fair play and gentlemanly conduct.
You can't do that, chaps. You can't give them a free shot on goal.
Besides, it was thought that penalties would slow down the game to an unbearable extent.
Yeah.
So they set up a campaign group to keep football free-flowing and fast-paced, called Victorians Against New Regulation, or VAR for short. that's a football joke. Because what I've done there, you see, I've bought the old thing, but them saying a penalty would slow the game down, into the modern day where we do have VAR, which does slow the game down and is painfully awful.
Steve, can I just say, it's not a joke if you have to explain it.
Mum says it is.
Oh, okay, must be right then. Sorry.
The well-known sportsman C.B. Fry, the David Beckham of his day and captain of London-based Corinthian FC,
Well, I've heard of that.
described the idea as, well, just do my acting bit here. A standing insult to sportsmen to have to play under a rule which assumes that players intend to trip, hack, kick their opponents and behave like cads of the most unscrupulous kidney.
Unscrupulous kidney?
I don't know what an unscrupulous kidney is, but this is what he said.
Oh, that's a very good one, isn't it? You're an unscrupulous kidney. I say, chaps, we can't play this. It's terribly, terribly horrible.
You cad. You unscrupulous kidney.
You unscrupulous cad. How am I supposed to carry on smoking my pipe?
William asked whether that was a no then, and they said yes. Then on Saturday the 14th of February, 1891, everything changed.
Everything changes but you. What, Take That came out?
No, everything changed. Not just everything but you. Everything.
Everything changed?
Yeah.
Everything in the whole world?
Yeah, until that point, everything was in black and white.
Ah, I see. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Everything changed. And although they didn't go to full colour, they had sepia. So everything went a slightly sort of muddy brown colour.
Yeah, lovely.
So Saturday, Neil, going back to Saturday the 14th of February, 1891.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of Saturdays?
I've heard of 14th of February.
Yes. It was the middle of the driest calendar month in English and Welsh history. Freezing cold and a lingering industrial smog hung over Trent Bridge and Nottingham in England.
Heard of that?
For the quarter-final of the famous FA Cup, the mother of all modern team sports competition.
The Football Association Cup?
Challenge Cup.
Oh, sorry.
That's the full title. The Football Association Challenge Cup.
So it is?
Yeah.
Right.
Local favourites, Notts County. That's Notts, as in short for Nottinghamshire, not as in tying your shoelace.
They were back there, were they? Well, of course, they're one of the oldest football clubs, aren't they?
They're the oldest professional football club. I think there's Sheffield Football Club, which is the oldest in the world, but not United or Wednesday, just Sheffield. But Notts County are the oldest professional football club in the world. So they were around back then, yes. Local favourites Notts County were playing at home to Stoke City.
Stoke City?
They're also still around. The game was a tense, nervous affair between two evenly matched teams, but with just seconds remaining, County were clinging on to a 1-0 lead.
Ooh, exciting.
1-0 if you're an American listener, so you can follow what was
0-1.
In one last hurrah, Stoke surged forward and cracked a shot by the helpless Notts keeper towards the empty net, but then, from nowhere,
Go on.
a defender managed to dive and punch the ball clear of the goal line.
Well, that's not sport. That's not cricket.
You scoundrel.
Yeah, that's not cricket, sir.
He was an unscrupulous kid there.
You absolute cad.
I can tell you they're an absolute shower. A positive shower.
There was no such thing as a sending off, and of course no such thing as a penalty kick. The referee did all he could do and awarded a free kick, which Notts County successfully charged down as the last action of the game. They won 1-0, and Stoke were knocked out of the FA Cup in the most unjust way possible.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I imagine they kicked off about it. So I did there.
So
Kicked
it
off.
did there. You made a football reference there, didn't you?
Yeah, now I have to explain it. So it wasn't really a joke.
No.
Didn't want to get pushed into a corner. Yeah.
The blatant unfairness of the Trent Bridge incident outraged the footballing community,
Yeah.
the press, and the fans, who widely condemned it as ungentlemanly cheating, shattering the Victorian illusion of fair play forever.
Is there gentlemanly cheating as well then?
I suppose if you've got plenty of money and some land and you cheated, that's gentlemanly cheating. You just get away with things.
So I'm cheating, but I'm being a gentleman about it.
Terribly sorry. I did cheat, rather. Here's Wiltshire. Take that as a payment. Suddenly, the Irishman's motion did not seem so daft.
Yeah.
A few months later, in June 1891, at the Alexandra Hotel in Glasgow, the motion was put forward by a delegate of the Irish FA and seconded by an English one. And after considerable discussion, Law 14, as it still remains today, was passed. Handling the ball and tripping or holding players within 12 yards of your own goal will result in a penalty kick.
Rule 14.
Rule 14. But
And
CD
that's still
Fry...
Rule 14 to these days.
Still
this
14,
day.
Rule 14 to this day. There's plenty of
Wow.
other rules now, but there's still Rule
I know,
14.
but yeah. Yeah.
CD Fry, and his unscrupulous kid there.
Yeah.
CD Fry and the Corinthians continued their own private little hissy fit, and when the penalty was awarded to them,
Mhm.
and sometimes missed on purpose, and when one was awarded against them, they sometimes left their goal unmanned in protest. Fry
Lose the game, wouldn't you?
Fry also tended to puff on his pipe on the pitch during any pauses in play caused by such penalties.
He's piping, he's smoking a pipe.
I say, sir, their number 9 seems to have got a bit of rough shag going. Despite their tantrums, penalty kicks were here to stay, and the first was awarded at a competitive game in Scotland just 4 days after the law was introduced. At the home ground of Broomfield Park, Airdrieonians FC were awarded the honour.
So that's the very, very first penalty shootout.
Not a penalty shootout, but a penalty kick.
Penalty kick.
The players did not know what to do. They'd never seen the new rule before, so they went and stood in front of the ball, just like before, when free kicks and things have been awarded. The referee had to push them back to allow the most fantastically named James McLuggage.
James McLuggage.
As in matching set of. Yeah,
It sounds like McDonald's at an airport.
James McLuggage to score history's very first penalty kick.
Did he score it?
Yes, which at the time was known colloquially as a willie, right up until 1900, when news broke of West Bromwich Albion's Albert Sphincter taking 3 willies in just under 20 minutes, and the whole meeting of the Women's Institute died of fainting.
I suppose they did.
And that's a true story.
Is it?
Well, the bit about luggage is true.
Yeah, but not being awarded a Willie.
Yes, I'm taking 3 willies in just under 20 minutes. That's nothing for you, is it?
It's just you being dirty.
Our Willie, he liked to drive around.
Well, do we share one?
No, the Willie, as in our Willie, as in the Willie who was the subject of our podcast. Willie.
Oh, okay.
He liked to drive around his town in a Rolls Royce and frequented the casinos in Monte Carlo when time allowed. But sadly, he was much better at losing money than making it and lost more than a small fortune at the roulette wheels and card tables.
Roulette wheels?
As managing director of his father's company, Willie spent years in London, but business wasn't his strength, and he was eventually pushed to one side.
Oh.
Much as he treated his goalkeeping career, he was on one side, not in the middle there. But he did excel in some areas. He is still renowned as being a fine scholar who graduated from Trinity College, Dublin, and in 1909, so nearly 7:10, he was made the High Sheriff of Armagh, acting as the Crown's judicial representative for the area.
Yeah, but they put them on a hill, don't they? They're at the very top of everybody. That's where they become the High Sheriff.
I thought they just gave him a stepladder.
He used to be in charge of the FA, didn't he?
A stepladder. He's in charge of FIFA, a football reference. I know, yes. I had a stepladder. I never knew my real ladder.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
The stock market crash of 1929 and the Great Depression, Neil. What do you know about that, please?
What do I know about it? There was a big depression in 1929.
Following the stock market crash.
Was it to do with some financial year? Something happened with the financial stock markets or something?
After the stock market crash of 1929 and the Great Depression that followed, Willie had no choice but to auction off all that remained of his inheritance from his father. Just a couple of years later, he died divorced, poor and alone, without being recognised for his crowning achievement, whose real glory days were still to come.
Really?
Poor old Willie.
Are they going to turn it back to a Willie? Are they going to call it a Willie again? That'd be good.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Willie! Willie! Imagine the crowd shouting it. Willie! Come on, Rev. Where's the Willie? That was a Willie.
Bad news from the World Cup. England missed their Willies, and there's a consequence in their out.
England beat Germany on Willies.
Up until 1968, Neil.
Yeah, that's I can make that yet. Okay, I'm there.
That's an actual year, if you care to go back and look.
Yeah, I've just had a look, See it is.
Up until 1968, cup matches that ended in the draw went to a replay. A later date and the whole game played all over again and again and again, if necessary, until eventually a winner is found.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
But in a tournament, there isn't time for endless replays, so a solution...
No, exactly. Well, just in general life, there's not time, is there, if it carries on going like that?
A solution was drawing lots. 2 pieces of paper were folded and placed in a hat. Each paper had a team's name, and the match referee picked one out, meaning that that team won, the other went home.
That's not fair.
In 1968, at the Olympic Games in Mexico, Israel played Bulgaria. The score was 1-1 after extra time. The teams waited in their changing rooms for the referee, who eventually appeared with a piece of paper to say that Bulgaria had won and Israel was out.
Well, that's a bit dodgy.
A better method had to exist, surely.
Yeah.
Something that maintained sporting integrity and wasn't so open to allegations of corruption, as you have pointed out.
I was just about to say, yeah.
And so FIFA introduced...
A Willie?
A penalty shootout. Yeah, I think a Willie shootout sounds wrong. I think we stick with penalties.
Yeah, Willie shootout sounds sticky.
It does, doesn't it? Fast forward, Neil, please.
Fast forward?
Yeah. to the 17th of July 1994.
Yep.
Do you need to
I was
fast
around
forward?
then.
Do you need to fast forward a bit further? Or?
Yep, there.
Thank you for that. 17th of July 1994, and we're at the Rose Bowl Stadium in California.
Yeah.
The temperature is sizzling around 38 degrees Celsius.
That's sizzling.
Over 100 Fahrenheit for the Americans.
Yeah, they're weird, aren't they? Why'd they have to change things?
Because they're Americans and they like to complicate it, even though they don't understand it themselves. Far
They
too
don't
hot.
complicate it because they can't say path. They have to say sidewalk.
Sidewalk. Mind you, they can't say path in this country. Some people take 10 minutes over it and say path.
That's true. Grass.
Yes. As I'm sure you'll agree, Neil, 38 degrees Celsius or over 100 degrees Fahrenheit is far too hot for professional football to be played any sort of pace.
Trifling.
Let alone the showpiece final of the FIFA World Cup.
Mm.
The sun was relentless as 94,000 people filled the stadium and billions watched at home. It was Italy in blue shirts and white shorts against Brazil in their famous sunshine yellow and blue shorts.
Mm.
After a pretty dull 90 minutes, the score was 0-0 or 0-0 for you Americans.
Zip, zip.
And there was no change in extra time. So for the first time ever, the World Cup itself was going to be won or lost on penalty kicks. The rules of the penalty shootout are that teams take alternate penalties with a different player each time on the basis of the best of 5 kicks. If no one team is victorious after 5 each, then the shootout continues with players who hadn't volunteered or been selected to take the initial 5 until a clear winner is found. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes, it does make sense. Yes, it does.
That's the penalty shootout that you railed against at the very beginning of the podcast.
I did rail against it, yes, because, just because I wanted to.
You got it off your chest now, have you?
I'm going to be on my chest now.
No, I can see that. You want to put some clothes on when we do this.
Oh, yeah, probably.
On the 17th of July 1994, in the Rose Bowl, under a wicked sun, Brazil had scored 3 of their 4 penalties. Italy had 2 from 3.
Ooh, so Brazil was winning.
Yes, well done, Neil. That meant they had to score their 4th to stay alive. The man who walked to the spot was Roberto Baggio.
It's a Baggio, the black curly hair, if I'm correct.
Yes, because of his hairstyle, the Italians called him the Divine Ponytail, because he had that little rat tail thing, didn't he?
Well, yeah, bloody annoying thing.
Baggio was the Italians' star of the tournament, probably the star of the tournament. He scored 5 goals to bring Italy almost single-handedly to the final. In many people's eyes, he was, at that moment, the best footballer on the planet, bar none. If he scored, Italy could still win the World Cup, but if he missed, it was all over and Brazil were world champions. Baggio placed the ball. He stepped 4 steps back, 12 yards or 11 metres from goal, with only the keeper to beat, Neil. Just one swing with the boot from a world superstar. The goalkeeper bounced on his toes and the whistle blew. Baggio ran forward and struck the ball hard. The goalkeeper went the wrong way.
Yeah.
Baggio's shot to the top left corner of the goal rose and kept rising until it flew over the crossbar.
No.
The Brazilian goalkeeper fell to his knees and screamed as if his dive in the wrong direction contributed more than the enormous pressure on Baggio's shoulders.
Yeah.
The Brazilian players and staff swarmed onto the field. They jumped, they skipped, they hugged, they cried, and they thanked their God. And in the middle of it all, Roberto Baggio did not move from the penalty spot, as if he was in another dimension altogether. His head drooped, his hands rested on his hips. He just stood there, alone.
That is probably the worst thing ever to happen in the world, in the world of sport.
The photograph of the blue-shirted Roberto Baggio standing still amongst the yellow chaos has become one of the most iconic images in all sports and remains burned in the memory of everyone who saw it. What do you think, Neil Paynes, if Roberto Baggio there, his head bowed, is one of the most iconic moments in all World Cup history? What else would you say are iconic moments in World Cup history?
In football World Cup history?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I would say probably that goal from Brazil when they kept passing it around everywhere and then that guy sort of coming from the side. Gosh.
Carlos Alberto in 1970.
Yeah, that's a hell of a goal.
That's a hell of a goal, yeah. One of my favourites. Gordon Banks' save from Pelé in the same tournament.
That's a hell of a save as well.
Jeff Hurst in 1966. I think it's all over.
Brian Robson scoring in 1982 with the first goal in an England game.
Oh, against France. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maradona's hand of goal and that dribbly goal that he scored. And the celebrations from USA in 1994 when Maradona scored and he come running into the camera with his eyes massively wide and like he wasn't pumped up on cocaine at the time.
Of course he wasn't. No, absolutely he wasn't. No.
Which of course, just a few hours later, we found out he was.
Oh, and vuvuzelas as well. That's a highlight of the World Cup.
Yeah, of course, in South Africa.
Well,
there's many, isn't there? There's many. But I would argue that the invention of the shootout has added to the drama, a self-contained moment, a bit of the old Wild West. Two gunfighters facing off against each other, winner takes all. And William McCrum from County Armagh brought us that now.
So it's just a simple man come up with an idea, and then now it's in association football around the world.
Yes, he just saw cheating and thought, I'm not having this.
Yeah, simple idea, but it's done the trick, I suppose. But a lot of people do say, oh, there must be something different than having penalty shootouts and stuff. But what is there? Come up with an alternative.
What was an alternative, please, on a postcard to honourablementionspod@gmail.com.
Because I can't see there could be. You have your normal time, you have extra time, that's not work, so you've got to have a shootout, haven't you?
You have the golden goal at one point, where the first team to score in extra time automatically won, the match stopped. But then what happened was teams just started to play excessively negatively, trying not to concede rather than score. So yes, what do you do? What does one do? As Roberto Baggio himself said, Neil.
Yeah. Did he say, is that
Italian?
Yeah.
For?
This is what I want to say.
Okay. He said, penalties. That's Italian for penalties.
Yeah.
He said, penalties are only missed by those who have the courage to take them.
That is very true.
And that is very true, Roberto, isn't it?
Yeah,
and somewhere, amongst all this, C.P. Fry is rolling in his grave, smoking a bit of rough shag. Because he's the man who said that he didn't like penalties, and yet here they are, and they're a fundamental part of the game.
I would say the most dramatic part of the game, especially in tournament football.
Yes.
We're having a shootout. I wanted a shootout.
That was legend, wasn't it, the craze?
The legend, yeah. I came here for a shootout.
Thank you, listener, for joining us for yet another episode of
Honourable Mentions.
All about William McCrum and his invention of the willy, which we now call the penalty kick. If you would
didn't know that.
If you would like to message us at any point, tell us what you think, or even pay us to stop, we're quite happy. And how would they do that, Neil, please?
All the social medias on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and Spotify, TikTok and Discord. We're on Discord as well. And you can also get us at honourablementionspod@gmail.com.
Or if you're listening on Spotify, you can message through Spotify.
Yeah. Steve has put out a request for anyone to send him pictures of their willies, but he really means their penalties.
Yeah. Well, actually, for the purposes of the tape, no, I haven't sent that out because of the court injunction that I received. So, no, that is not blood, something I've actually done. So, Thank you for listening. We will be back again next week for another exciting episode of
Honourable mentions.
Bye.
Ta-da a bit.
Some people are on the pitch. They think it's all over.
Yeah. No, it's a willy.
Hola, my name is Lionel Messi. I am the GOAT, and I am here to give you a warning. Please do not do what I have done after listening to that episode of Honorable Mentions. Apparently, penalty kicks never were referred to as anything else, and I now have to record this outro as community service after I challenged a ball boy to see if he could stop my willy. If you would like to listen to more episodes of Honorable Mentions, Hilarious History, please subscribe so you don't miss out, and you can even listen to episodes you may have missed like an Englishman in a penalty shootout. Honorable Mentions is researched by Stephen Webb, although they make it up as they go along. No tactics, no nothing, and it is an Ankara Brothers production. And if you like that theme tune they have, and let's face it, who doesn't, you can stream further music from the composer and performer, a big favorite with all Argentinians, Pepe and the Bandits. So that's me. Hasta luego, amigo. Can I go now?